Redemption City. It is Pastor Mike here, and I am here with our new associate pastor, Josh, and we have some really big news. We have been meeting over at Wilcox Park for the last month, and I don't know about you, but loving every minute of being outside, definitely. Fresh air, beautiful weather, just hanging out with the saints at the park. It's been beautiful. It's been so good to see so many of you show up, worship with us together at the park, but we as an elder team recognize that winter's coming. Fall is on its way, and so we have been looking at inside space for the last couple weeks, and we found a new spot, a new space to rent at Redemption Grand Rapids, which I think that's a great name. Someone should have come up with
brilliant.
Redemption.
Visionary naming.
Redemption Grand Rapids, over on the southeast side of town. And at Boston and Cambridge, if you're familiar with that area, you can go check it out on Google Maps. Redemption Grand Rapids is going to be our new meeting space for the next 3 months, as we're just kind of wrapping up a rental agreement there to be able to give us some new space here for the winter. And we want to let you know what it's going to look like, at least the best we can, being in that space together. So Josh, what are some of the things people need to know about gathering in this new location?
Well, the first thing is that we should be protected from hail. I don't know if you saw that. This is Wednesday afternoon. We're recording this, and it was an insane hailstorm. So hopefully you guys were all safe for that.
We're going to have a roof.
Yes, we're going to have a roof. So that's good. You never know what you're going to expect. But yeah, we're going to meet this Sunday, and as far as we can tell, the future Sundays at 10:30. And try to keep it to an hour, so 10:30 to 11:30. And then the elders have been working long and hard to try to figure out ways that we can do this safely in light of the global pandemic. So the church is called, right now the sign says Redemption Church, which is a great name, but I feel like it's missing something.
Yeah, we need the city. What
we gotta have the city. Yeah. What are we redeeming? Just what?
Redemption City.
Yeah, so even though it's close to our name, it's not our name. So we'll have our banners out, both in the front, in the back. It kind of takes up like a whole block, and the parking lot is in the back. There's plenty of parking there. So we'll have banners out and hopefully be able to have some greeters kind of directing traffic. And masks are required when you enter the building and when you're singing. But when you're in your seat and you're socially distanced and you're not singing, you can take those bad boys off.
Yeah, plenty of space. By the way, it's like a 300-seat auditorium, but it's old school style. Got the pews, so you can kind of jump into a pew with your family and be in your own little pandemic pod, and then people can just space out all over the sanctuary. There's a balcony, or not a balcony. What do you call that thing in the back?
Stadium seating.
The stadium seating in the back. So like if you really want to just hide out from like any kind of other people, or if you want to be right on the front row, we would love to have you just jump right in there. But yeah, so masks required while you're walking in, kind of your typical restaurant. You're going in any business, you got to wear a mask going in. We don't want to spread the virus in any ways we can, but once you're sit down, you're socially distanced. You can take that off. And so a couple other things, masks, let's see. Bathrooms. That's one thing. Very important that you know where the bathrooms are. Bathrooms are down the stairs in the church basement. So we're going to have kind of a one-way down, one-way up, kind of keeping that one-way traffic. So look for signs there. And also childcare is also in the basement. So traditional sanctuary on the top, you get into the basement, you're in the fellowship hall, the kids area, bathrooms, all of that. And so childcare is for kids 5 and under, and it's available if you sign up in advance. Talk to my wife, Jamie Bartlett, for more information. If you're from around the church, make sure you get in contact with her. If you are a guest and you show up, we would love to help. But we're going to be keeping the older kids together with their families and not opening up our full childcare program as of yet. But we want to have some options for some very young and beleaguered mamas to be able to drop their kids off and be able to sit in on the gathering with the rest of their family.
And after the gathering, of course, in classic Redemption City style, there'll be lots of mingling. And just to try to stay as safe as possible, we're going to encourage everybody to visit after the gathering outside, kind of out in the back parking lot area. We'll set up our little tent deal and have a table out there and stuff like that. So after the gathering, make your way outside before you fully settle into post-church visiting.
Yeah, and please do continue to fellowship. If you still have those lawn chairs in your trunk of your car, feel free to sit them up and just hang out and tailgate or whatever you want to do, man. We got a parking lot there, but we do want to have that fellowship, but we want to keep it as much as we can outside just to keep that at least as long as we can. So a couple of just logistical things. We've taken a lot of time to consult with medical professionals here in our church and in Kent County. And so all along with the state of Michigan guidelines, the CDC, all of that stuff. And we put that all together into a Redemption City Church Ministry COVID preparedness guidelines that have been put together by some of the medical professionals in our church. So that is going to hit your email soon, and you'll be able to read that full report. Keep an eye out for that Redemption City Weekly email coming your way. And you can also, if you have questions, ask Josh or I. Reach out to your community leaders. We realize this is kind of short notice. We're like, hey, it's Wednesday. We'll see you Sunday for church. But we have put a lot of thought into this, a lot of prayer, and we thought that we had done our due diligence on the side of safety to be able to make this happen and be able to get our church together for worship. And so, yeah, so that info is available for you. And if you have questions, reach out to us.
Yep. Yeah, we see in this time of COVID and isolation, all this stuff, the importance of gathering as a church family is maybe more important than it's ever been. Even like the word that we get church from in Scripture, it comes from the Greek word for assemble, or to gather. Yeah. And so where a lot of us are experiencing fear and anxiety and loneliness, we really want to press into gathering, and we want to be smart about it. And as Mike said, the elders, and a particular shout out to Kevin Voss, putting a lot of time, blood, sweat, and tears into making sure that we're safe. So I think we can do it in a safe way, but we really want to call everybody to embrace gathering with God's people in a safe, responsible way.
Yeah. And one last thing I would say, I thought this is really important. I think just to get the spirit and heart of what we're doing as you read these guidelines and your proposals, and you'll read this later on. But particularly, man, we have been really seeking to pursue unity. We realize these discussions about masks and no mask, COVID, and politics and all are splitting families apart. They're splitting churches apart. They are wrecking our culture right now, and we don't want it to be so. At Redemption City, we are pressing into unity during this season. We want to love each other well and care about each other as a church family. And so just the heart of your pastors here is very much not just simply how can we, keep everybody safe, but really how do we pursue Jesus together passionately and experiencing the freedom that he brings and the peace that he brings into seasons like this. We want to worship, we want to love each other, care for our flock, and also be able to just minister to people across those different lines and across those divisions. The scripture passage that we've been meditating on a lot is 1 John 4:7. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and whoever loves has been born of God and knows God. And just in a culture that's just being ripped apart by really strong, passionate opinions, and you're entitled to have those, we really want to love each other. And that's just something that as we put this proposal together, we've realized not everybody's going to be happy, not everyone's going to like it, it's going to be uncomfortable. No one wants to be in a mask in church and trying to do the normal relationships and rhythms that we love. But we really believe this is a way that we can move towards each other and most importantly, towards God in a season in which we need to know him more than ever. And so we hope to see you this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. at Redemption Grand Rapids, the Redemption Grand Rapids building on the south side of town. And so, we're praying, we're excited, putting all the finishing touches on over there, and really hope to see you Sunday morning.
See you then.